Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke. I am Atyrum, and today, after suffering a loss last episode, we lost Lightning the Mareep, who we only had for one episode. We're going to continue on and head over to Dewford Town, which is an island town we have to take a boat to. Because obviously we do not have Surf at this point, and we also do not even have a Water type. So even if we would have Surf, we would have been out of luck there. We're also getting a phone call that apparently stops our boat from our father, who is asking where we are, and he's calling us to give us his number, I guess. Yeah, this just kind of slows down the game in a way. I mean, I guess I kind of complained a little bit about how the phones work in this game. It's just an interrupting kind of thing, and most of the time the phone calls are not really any important at all. So anyways, our goal in this town, well, first of all, we're going to heal up real quick because I did encounter a couple wild Pokemon on my way down here from Rustboro City, and I believe they paralyzed one of my Pokemon, so I want to make sure I get that healed off before we get into any battles up here. I also went ahead and, while I was in Rustboro, before I left, I went ahead and picked up the HM for Cut. I taught that to Blister, just so we have that. And in Petalburg Woods, I did pick up an item. It was the Miracle Seed, which I went ahead and gave to Masham. And we got one more fisherman on this route. Also, we do have the opportunity to pick up the old route in Dewford if we want to. And we could go fishing for a Pokemon, actually. And so actually, before we head into the cave over here, well, there's usually an item over this way, which it looks like there is not. I guess I should expect that the items seem to be missing. But before we head into the cave, it might be a good idea to go ahead and pick up the fishing rod. I believe this guy's going to give it to us. And we should be able to get some other options. Since this is a hack, there should be some other options other than Magikarp. So right now, we are in Dewford. This counts as Dewford Town. If we head over this way, we are technically on Route 107, and if we head up to the north, this is going to be Route 106. I think we're going to want to fish from Dewford, and possibly, I mean, depending on what we get, we may want to save our, well, actually, let's go ahead and switch our team up a little bit. Oopsie. Let's put somebody else in the lead. Agatha has Hypnosis, so that might be useful. Let's put Agatha in the lead. But I'm thinking maybe we should save our catches for Route 106 and 107 for when we can surf, because we could get higher level Pokemon that way, unless we get to a situation where we're running out of team members and we really need to go back and get those Pokemon. But otherwise, I think I'd rather save those for when we can get something at a higher level and something possibly more powerful, because I don't know, it could just be all Magikarps here. I'm just assuming that because this is a hack, there are going to be some different options. I mean, I guess I'd be okay with a Magikarp, but I would also be okay with a Staryu. Oh, that is sweet. The Staryu line is really good. It's a really good water and psychic type special attacker, so that makes me really happy. So let's just see if we can put it to sleep, and I might just start chucking Pokeballs after that, because I'm worried anything I hit it with from Agatha would kill it. I don't believe it's part psychic type yet, but at the same time, I don't want to hit it with a ghost type move, and holy cow! Holy cow, are we really missing that many attacks? I know Hypnosis only has like 60 accuracy, but come on now. Okay, there we go. Now it's asleep, so let's go ahead and see if we can just chuck a couple Pokeballs. Do we have any Great Balls? I don't think I've picked any up because none of the Pokemarts have had them yet. We do have one that we must have picked up on the ground somewhere, so let's go ahead and throw that and see if that will help. Otherwise, we might want to switch out into somebody else to do a little bit of damage, but it looks like we're okay. It looks like we're okay. Alrighty, so we just need to come up with a good nickname for a Staryu. Let's see here. Give me 1 minute. Okay, so I went with the nickname Mira for the Staryu because Mira is a large star, and that's basically about it. And also, I thought it was a nice sounding nickname. Although Staryu is a genderless Pokemon, Mira does make it sound a bit more like a female Pokemon, but I'll probably call Staryu a she, just because its name is Mira, but I don't know, because I prefer that than saying it, because I feel like it makes it, you know, less, I don't know. It's hard to describe. But anyways, we're going on, continuing on, and we have... Ooh, Mira has an item for us. That item would be... Where do you view that? Stardust. Ooh, you can sell that for quite a bit of money, so let's go ahead and take that. And then, oops, let's stay in the Pokemon screen for a second because we want to put Mira in the lead to get her some experience. And then we are heading into the cave over here. I don't remember the name of this cave off the top of my head. But the second we walk in here, we do have a hiker who is telling us it's going to be dark up ahead. So yeah, he's going to give us the TM for Flash. It's nice that it's a TM in this hack. And then we're going to go ahead and run around a little bit, see if we can encounter a Pokemon. Oh, that was quick. Let's see if it's something cool. And it's a Roggenrola. I can take a Roggenrola. I don't think I've ever used a Roggenrola before. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and rearrange our attacks a little bit. And we can go ahead and use Water Gun because it does have Sturdy, I hope. And there we go. Perfect. Perfect. And then we're going to go ahead and just throw a couple Pokeballs, I guess. Oopsie, don't want to attack it again. Why is my... There we go. My right arrow key was not working for some reason. Did I just scroll past the Pokeballs? I'm dumb. Okay, throw a Pokeball, and hopefully we catch it in one shot. That would be nice. Alright, so a female Roggenrola. Alright, so I need to come up with yet another nickname. Let's see what I can think of. Okay, I decided to go with the nickname Crystal because when Roggenrola evolves, it looks like it has like red crystals all over its body, so not the most creative nickname, but it will do. Crystal is of course also an actual female name. So anyways, there's not really much of anything in this cave here, so I'm going to go ahead and put up some music, and I'll meet you guys when we meet up with Steven at the end of the cave. It is another short cave, but I do feel like I would rather just speed through all that rather than, you know, just having to cut out all the random battles and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, so Steven is going to give us a TM, which he says is Steel Wing, but it's a different number than it usually would be because I'm pretty sure in Emerald version normally the TMs only went up to TM 50, but it might still be Steel Wing. I guess we'll have to see. Steel Wing isn't all that useful in attack because it has, I think, like 75 accuracy and it only does like 90 damage. I mean, I guess since Fairy type is in the game now, that move would be a little bit more useful, and it is Steel Wing. Okay, so that's alright, I suppose. And I'll meet you guys back in Dewford Town after I've healed up, and we will head into the gym, I suppose. Alright, and here we are. It's actually been quite some time since I recorded the first part of that episode there. I ran into a couple of problems. First of all, I mean, I was doing some grinding off camera. I wanted to make sure everybody was leveled up enough to take on the gym. And then after I had done all that, it had already been a couple days since my last episode of this series. And then I want to record this portion of the video, the portion you are watching right now. Which I'm not currently playing live. This is pre-recorded. Here's the problem, though. I recorded this portion of the video, and I guess I'm showing off my team right now. Sasha is one level away from evolving, so I'm trying to get her leveled up so I can get that evolution on camera. But yeah, I recorded this whole portion of the video, and the game's audio recorded, but for some reason my microphone did not record. So I didn't have any commentary included in that, so I had to go ahead. I was supposed to have this episode up probably like Friday or Saturday, but then I was visiting with family over the weekend, and I didn't have a chance to get the audio recorded when I realized that it was missing. So yeah, here I am doing this audio recording, and this should go up on the 27th, I believe. So videos have been a little bit sparse for the past couple days. I do apologize for that, just because of, you know, visiting family and just having issues with the video recording. So We're not going to Cyndaquil there real quick. Cyndaquil, that would have been nice to encounter, but of course the starters tend to be fairly rare, so it's not very likely we would have run into those, one of those. And of course we already have a really good fire type. So yeah, I think knocking out this Woobat is probably what did it to knock out to get enough experience to level up and evolve Sasha. I did want to go ahead and level her up in a cave, because I decided that the ground type Wormadam was the best option, especially with the gym coming up, because Brawly's gym, the fighting type gym, I'm pretty sure all of his Pokemon are physical, and the ground type Wormadam is very physically defensive, especially for this point in the game. It has over 100 base defense, and that's really high for, you know, the type of Pokemon we're encountering at this point in the game. And though I don't know if Sasha that kind of defense will hold up later in the game, but for this point, that's amazing. So I'm really happy to get Sasha evolved here, and she should be a big help in the gym. Obviously, I'll try not. Obviously, I have already played through all this, so I know what happened in the gym, but I will not spoil anything there. So there's our evolution, and after this, I'm going to go ahead and run down and heal. And I believe at some point I go ahead and show off my team. And I gotta remember what I was talking about at this point, because obviously there's no record of what I actually said, since the audio did not record at all. So yeah, I think at this point I show off my team. Everybody's up to level 18 or 19. Of course, Sasha I wanted to evolve into Wormadam just to be sure. I was a little bit worried about this gym. I know a buddy of mine, Cool Trainer Crow, who is also doing a Nuzlocke of this game, although he's doing the more difficult version. He encountered the gym and actually did pretty well, but the ace from the gym leader from Brawley was actually a Hariyama. I can tell you right now we're not going to encounter a Hariyama in this version of the game, but I was kind of surprised by that, because I don't think Makuhita evolves into Hariyama until a fairly high level, and that's a pretty difficult Pokemon to deal with at this point in the game, so I am kind of glad I'm not dealing with the hard version of Theta Emerald. But yeah, anyways, so we are heading into the gym. I did do all of the gym trainers off camera, as I did in Roxanne's gym, I believe. So all that's done. All I need to do is run up there and talk to Brawly. I also went up to Slateport, and I did there's a whole bunch of trainer battles on that beach right there. And I also went into the beach house, and there's like 3 trainers you can fight in there. And once you defeat all 3 of those trainers, you get like 6 soda pops or something like that. Just thought I'd give you guys a heads up on that, just so you know what happened, because I think at some point in this battle I do use one of those soda pops. So yeah, Brawly leads out with his Machop. We are leading off to Agatha, of course, because Agatha will be immensely useful in this gym. The only thing that we're going to have to watch out for, or that I had to watch out for, it's kind of weird, I feel like, should I be talking in past tense or present tense? Like I'm actually, I mean, I guess I'm not trying to pretend that this is live. Obviously, this is not live, but yeah, and then he's going to go ahead and withdraw, and the thing we do want to watch out for is Scraggy. That's the one I was worried about the most, because it is part Dark-type, and Dark-type is super effective against Ghost-type, and Agatha is not very defensive, so Scraggy would probably be able to one-hit kill Agatha, so we definitely want to get Agatha out of there. The other Pokemon I wanted to watch out for is Mienfoo, because as I found out in the gym trainer battles, Mienfoo can have knockoff, and obviously we don't want to leave Agatha in against the knockoff, even though it's not stab, so it might not be too much of a threat, but I just wanted to play things safe. So if Brawly has a Mienfoo, I did want to make sure that I did not have Agatha in for that as well. And it seems like Sasha's doing a pretty good job tanking those hits. Like I said before, Sasha is very physically defensive. And how Wormadam works is actually kind of interesting, because as a Burmy, it changes form depending on where you last battled, but once it evolves, it stays in that form for good, which is why I wanted to go ahead and get this form of Wormadam. And then I believe the Grass-type form has better special defense, and then there's also a Steel-type form that has kind of equal defense and special defense, but I decided that Steel-type definitely not, because I would not be able to resist Fighting-type moves, like because the Steel-type would cancel out the Bug-type in terms of resisting Fighting-type moves. And then Brawly's going to bring out the Meditite, which I probably should be a little concerned about, because Meditite, I don't know, I think in the default Pokemon Emerald, Meditite would not be able to learn any Psychic-type moves at this point in the game. But I probably should have watched out for those, but it is using Endure and Detect, which is kind of annoying, just trying to stall. But, of course, we do have super effective hits on it, but we just have to watch out for going up against Psychic types with Agatha as well, because the Poison type is going to be a problem for us. And yeah, we do kind of have to be careful with this gym because Blister and Cerberus are both weak to fighting. Obviously couldn't bring either of them in. I did want to still grind them up to a decent level so that I could still, you know, just in case I had to send them in to tank a hit or something like that, I wanted to make sure, you know, they wouldn't go down like chumps. And there's that soda pop I mentioned, and we go ahead and heal up Sasha, although I think we'll see that that wasn't really necessary. And also, I did not send in Agatha against Pancham because despite the fact that it's not yet a dark type, when it evolves, it becomes a dark type, but right now it's just fighting. But I was just thinking, you know, since it becomes a dark type, it might have some dark type moves, so I did want to watch out for those. Bug Bite's not very effective, and we did learn Hidden Power. I was not able to determine what type Hidden Power is. It was neutral on both Scraggy and Pancham here, so I don't know. It's kind of hard to say. It could be a wide variety of types. There's a number of things it could have been. But anyways, Sasha obviously is tanking some hits pretty well, so not too much of a threat from this gym so far. And then I think we're going to go for another Hidden Power, I suppose. I think Electro Web is actually a special move as well, although that does, I think, it has 55 base power and 95 accuracy. So Hidden Power, a neutral Hidden Power is actually a better option at this point. Although, to be fair, Bug Bite was doing probably about the same, even though it's not very effective. And yeah, then he's going to bring out Timber, at which point I think we do switch back into Agatha. Oh, yep, we do. Okay. I guess I was just looking real quick at what I had. And then I feel like at some point maybe Agatha might learn like a Psychic type move. I feel like that would be really helpful if we get that. The Timber is going to use Bide. Not a big deal because then it's just wasting a couple turns. It's not going to take us more than a couple hits to knock it out. So there goes that. And then I think the last one Brawly has is going to be his Ace, which is going to be... well, first of all, we're going to learn Confuse Ray. I decided Confuse Ray would be more useful than Mean Look. I can't really think of any circumstances we need to use Mean Look. Unless we ran into an Abra, I guess. Like, we could use it to catch an Abra. I'd be worried if we ran into an Abra because it might potentially have something like Confusion. And we wouldn't want to leave Agatha in against that anyway. But that's not really a big deal. We're going to get Confuse Ray. And I decided to try something here. I was going to use Confuse Ray to get a status on Makuhita. And then use the move Hex, which does double damage if your opponent is statused. And I was also hoping to get some Confusion damage off on Makuhita as well. And then I learned that Makuhita has knockoff, so I had a quick moment of panic when I saw that come out, and luckily we did manage to tank that. It is a non-stab knockoff, and we also did not have an item. I am so glad I did not put an item on Agatha there. If we had an item, that would have been a knockout. We would have lost a Pokemon here. But luckily we can bring us Sasha. Sasha will tank some hits really well. Electro Web will lower Makuhita's speed. I don't think we really needed that, but okay. And luckily, I don't know if Makuhita can learn some Rock-type moves, like, say, I don't know, like, Rock Tomb, but it doesn't pull anything like that out, and if it did, Rock Tomb would be neutral because Sasha is part Ground-type, so we wouldn't have to worry too much about that. And then I guess we could just go for Hidden Power because I realized that Electro Web is slightly less powerful and isn't, Hidden Power would just be better. We don't really need to get the speed drops because Makuhita is not very fast in the first place. And, I mean, Sasha's not very fast either, but Sasha can tank everything. I mean, even at this point, a critical would not knock us out. He doesn't seem to have anything he can throw at us. So this battle is just a matter of stalling out whatever potions he has. I think that was his last one. I think he gets the paralysis off on us at some point. Yeah, there we go. But yeah, after this, the battle is basically won. I will spoil that and say we didn't have any more difficulty after the Makuhita came out. I mean, you guys have seen that he doesn't have any moves that can really touch us, so it's not a big deal. I'm not sure why he keeps going for Force Palm because it's not very effective. You think you'd want to go for the knockoff since it's neutral, even though, I mean, it doesn't really matter. Any of his moves are not really going to do enough to knock us out here. And here goes the Hidden Power to finish off the Makuhita. And there we go, we finished our second badge. And so far, we haven't lost any Pokemon to gym leaders. Our only loss has been to our rival, actually. To be fair, though, that was mostly my fault. I really should not have left Lightning the Murray in on the Ponyta because, you know, we weren't resisting its moves. It used Tail Whip a couple times, which I didn't really register. And, yeah, it was just kind of a poor judgment call on my behalf. I was just trying to get a level up there to evolve Lightning. But anyways, we also get the TM08, which I believe is Bulk Up, I want to say. Yeah, it's Bulk Up, which I think might come in some handy at some point. And we also register Brawly in our Pokénav, which I feel like is probably never going to come into play. because the gym leader rematches don't happen until after the Elite Four, and I don't remember ever getting, you know, when I played through Emerald for the first time, and on my main save file for my actual cartridge Emerald game, I don't remember ever getting phone calls to rematch gym leaders. I know they have rematch teams and everything. I have seen what the rematch teams are, but you never really get called to do that. It just never really comes up, which is just kind of disappointing. I like the way they do it. Oh, what game was it? I feel like in Gen 4, at least in Pokemon Platinum, because I did not play Pearl and Diamond. I only played Platinum. But there's actually a little like trainer house you can go to, and in that trainer house you can actually fight a whole bunch of previous gym leaders that you've battled already with their powered up teams, which is really cool. I really like the ability to rebattle gym leaders and see how they've powered up and all that kind of stuff. But anyways, I'm kind of exploring the Slate Port market over here, seeing if there's anything that we really want to bother buying. Everything's kind of expensive, but we do have a lot of money still, so I might buy one of those incenses, probably one of the ones that boosts the power of certain types of moves, because I feel like that could be useful. And then this guy does have TMs, but we can't buy his TMs until we get Secret Power, which is still a little ways off. We still have at least another gym battle before we can get to the TM for Secret Power. And we see Team Aqua down there, and I think this is about the point where I start finishing off the episode. I don't think I did anything else. But, yeah, so we're healing up our Pokemon, and I guess there's a little bit left of the video here. And I think we're just going to walk outside, and I think I had some closing remarks or something like that. I think I basically just said, like, yeah, next episode we're heading up this way. We're going to catch a Pokemon on this route up here, Route 110. And I think I said something about how it could be Electrike, and we don't have Electric-type Pokemon right now. Oh yeah, here I go, bringing up my team to show off that I don't have an Electric-type Pokemon. And Electric would actually be a pretty welcome addition, although, I mean, I would take just about anything. I think I said something about replacing Blister if that was the case. But anyways, I will end the episode off here. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you in the next episode of Pokemon Theta Emerald Nuzlocke.